Hi, this is Rosie, founder of InnerBrilliance Coaching, and I wanted to welcome you to this interview series I call Be Perfectly You, based on my signature coaching program. And it's not about being perfect, of course, it's about being the real you so that you can shine and attract all that you desire in a more natural way. So, a little background on me. I've been a certified life and career coach since 2007, and previous to that, I was in marketing and advertising for 18 years, and I work with high achieving people to help them get results while feeling happier every step of the way. And I've decided to start this interview series with one of my guests here, Schae. Hi, Schae.
Hi.
The reason I started this is I've spent decades studying neuroscience, positive psychology, and spirituality to bring a holistic approach to optimize my clients' lives. So now I wanted to share all of my learnings directly with you. So I'm excited about the interview series because we're going to meet a variety of experts to help you feel like you could have success and happiness in work, life, and love. Today we're meeting, like I said, with Schae Lewis. She is part of this mastermind group that I joined about a year ago. Seems longer now, but I have just found her to be such a great partner and trusted resource for so many things in my life. And I've referred many clients to her. So I'm excited to have her here today for her to share her knowledge and for you to get to know her. A little bit about Schae is that she is a certified professional organizer and the co-founder of Mission to Organize LLC. Mission to Organize. I love it how you say that. It's an urban organizing and concierge service headquartered in Chicago, but she provides local, national, and international clients with a unique organizing solution. She's very well known and an expert in the professional organizing field. She's had, this is so impressive to me, over 1 million viewers come to M2O TV, right, on YouTube to see her visual proof of organizing proficiency. And she's also been featured on national television shows like Hoarders, they obviously could use you, and locally on Windy City Live, amongst many other media platforms like webinars, podcasts, and whatnot. So Schae is also a member and officer of chapters related to professional organizing and focuses on so many charities close to her heart, in addition to being very creative and active in our life. So with that, I'm so excited to introduce you. And Schae, if you would be open to sharing just a brief description of what you do.
Rosie, thank you so much for that introduction. In the past year that we've gotten to know each other, it's just been a joy. You're one of the bright lights in my life. So I'm so happy to be here today. Thank you for having me.
Of course, my pleasure.
So what do I do? Okay, so I'm the business owner. So at this point in my life, we've been in business for 11 years now. I'm typing away at my computer right here, most days. My staff is out doing the actual hands-on work that I used to do in my younger years, let's say. And they help busy professionals and families that are super busy here in the city of Chicago to declutter their homes, to, pack and unpack when they're moving. We do like the entire relocation from start to finish for people because Lord knows that's a very stressful thing to go through. Anyone who's ever moved knows that. Between organizing your closet to clearing out maybe your offsite storage space, we kind of handle it all. And that is the crux of what Mission to Organize is helping busy people feel more free and a lot less stress.
I love it. Just so many things you said. First of all, I was laughing at your moving comment. I pretty much avoided moving for over a decade because I just didn't want to deal with it. And so I would just keep decluttering my place. So your services would be great if you want to stay someplace because you can help people make better use of their current space. But then after I moved, my goodness, I didn't know you at the time, but I would have loved your services. And I follow you obviously on social media and get your newsletters. And I just love all your videos. The last one was how to unpack after moving, and all the tips you had there, very simply stated, so easy to follow. I'm like, oh my goodness, I am totally going to follow that. So always great information. And probably most importantly, what you shared that I think is key for a lot of the people who are part of the InnerBrilliance family is this is for busy people who want to free up their time. And I often talk to my clients a lot about energy management and how if we could preserve, protect, revitalize, and generate their energy, and there's different ways to do that through nutrition, movement, mental exercises, but obviously setting up your environment is key, from lightening things up, because I know that your environment reflects what's going on internally. So it's a beautiful iterative process. I notice with my clients when we make some shifts internally, mentally, and emotionally, they let go of things, they want to organize. And I know you've worked with some of my clients, and it's been amazing. They send me pictures afterwards. They're so happy with the results. And what's interesting is after the organization happens in the physical environment, I see even more shifts internally. So that's what I mean by that iterative process. Um, with that said, I thought I'd ask you, is there anything else you'd want to share about how you feel like you help high achievers, such as my clients and people in the InnerBrilliance family, with your concierge services? And it's truly concierge because you provide so many different things.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, we pride ourselves on having that concierge level of service. And that's actually the industry that I came from before I started Mission to Organize. So I was a hotel concierge. And so when I started the business, I really wanted to bring that to the business, because I think that it's something that, you don't have in your everyday life. You might have it at the hotel or when you travel or things, and it is a special luxury, but you can have that every day in your life, that type of, service. So not only do we provide that, but we also partner with amazing affiliates like yourself and, moving companies, estate planners, and all these variety of experts that we can connect with our clients. So it's not just about what we can provide, right? But it's this real full range of service and giving them the opportunity to free themselves in a number of different ways in their lives. And we do that through, like I said, the home organizing, the relocation services. And then, sometimes people, while we're organizing, will find boxes of paperwork that they've been avoiding for years. And they're like, I have no idea what's in there. I have no idea what I need to keep. I have no idea how to manage it all. So we even do that, organizing the paperwork, creating filing systems and all of that. Because it's interesting, when we first started organizing, we thought, oh, it's all about the stuff, right? It's
Mhm.
all about decluttering. It's all about containerizing, it's all about the things. But it really, like you said, it comes down to the emotional aspects of it. And we found out very quickly that once people get organized, there's all these other shifts that take place in their lives. For instance, we had one client who, once we reorganized her closet and her bedroom and her bathroom, she was able to get ready in the morning for work better. She was able to, change her outfits. She was wearing jewelry that matched her outfits. When she went to work, everybody noticed. They mentioned it to her. She ended up getting a raise and a promotion from that. She ended up, finding a mate. She got married, got a house, ended up, having a child. And started on this great journey that might not have been available to her otherwise, because her life was really in chaos, and living in that space with all of that clutter and all of that disarray, she didn't feel like she could do all of those things, that she can expand infinitely. And she really was able to do that, through the organization that she received from us, and a few hugs in the
Yeah,
meantime.
I am sure you're good at both. I love what you're sharing. It's literally what I talk to my clients about is, well, there's this book I loved by organizational guru David Allen. I feel like we've talked about him before.
Yeah.
I just love the title of his book called Getting Things Done, this is my favorite part, The Art of Stress-Free Productivity. And I feel like that's what you provide or your services provide. And you just hit it on the head. I know, again, before I had met you, I had heard about how to organize your closet a certain way with the clothes and the colors and all that. And I feel like I'm a pretty organized person as is, but I can't tell you how my day started flowing when I added this small shifts in my closet, even where I was getting ready faster in the morning. Then, same thing if your things are organized a certain way in your kitchen. I felt like I was getting through my breakfast quickly. And not that you have to be fast, but it's about the flow of your day. And this goes back to energy management. I just felt this, it sounds so weird, this high while is going throughout my day. And I think it gets to what you said ultimately is feeling expansive and free and liberated so that you can focus on other things that are more important when you get that email that may set up something at work that you can't control, right? I think that's the key. It's like, what can you control really in your life? And these are those things, your environment, how you're organized and whatnot, so that you can flow through the rest of your day and be able and ready to handle much more significant things. So I love that. Next question is, what 3 steps should someone take? Because I mean, I'm hearing all this, I'm excited. So what can they do just to get started? What would you suggest?
So, I think with organizing, a lot of people feel like they need to organize before the organizer arrives.
Mhm.
And we really recommend that you don't do that, simply because we want to see the state in which things are. So, I think the most important thing to start with, if you're thinking about hiring a professional organizer, is to really identify the pain points in your life, in your space. What are those things that are really triggering for you? Which rooms may be the rooms that you go into and you just kind of cringe? You don't want to be in there. It just makes you anxious. Identify what is working and what's not working. And that'll be a great way, if you already know that, when we come in and take that first initial tour of your space and talk with you, that we can really pull out those nuggets from you and decide where to start and how to tackle the whole project.
Is
So that would be the first step.
Can I ask a quick question
Yes,
about that?
please.
I feel like I know what you mean. There's certain rooms or even spaces, right? Like, again, I feel like I'm organized. And then there was this one back in the day, like the people call it a junk drawer. We shouldn't be allowed to have those because I think it's just so easy, right, to let it loose. So is it something like that? I get it what you mean by going into a room, but is there anything more specific, like, to your point, my pain point is I take too long to get ready in the morning. Or I love how you said about the matching jewelry, because guilty as charged. I probably wear, especially during, if you're home a lot, I'm wearing the same earrings every day. So is there, does it get that specific where someone could be like, oh, I don't like getting ready for a date, or I, my, office space where the desk sits or something like that. I was just curious if it's any more specific than just a room.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, everybody has their own things, right? And you just know it from the feeling that you get, when you're near that space, or if you open that drawer, or you open that closet, Or, every morning when you're trying to get ready, your makeup really isn't accessible and it's not easy, to use it. So you're digging through things, you can't find it. And so you're getting frustrated, in the morning every time you do your makeup. So it's kind of one of these things that if you just kind of think about it, for a good
Yeah.
week, go along your regular routine and notice where you're getting frustrated and flustered. You can sometimes then identify those pain points a little bit easier by doing
Mm,
that.
I love that. You know what I call them? Thank you for saying all that. I ask my clients, where are their energy drains? So right when we start off, where do they notice their energy draining? And you hit it on the head. And I think to your point, spend a week noticing it, because if you're not conscious of it, sometimes it's happening. You're not even totally aware. So that makes sense.
Mhm.
Okay. You were about to say your next step.
Okay, so number two is set a budget. So, organizing is definitely not something for everybody. We understand that as a business, that it may not be a good fit for everyone. But really think about how much you want to dedicate to the process, because that's going to help us determine, again, where do we start? How much are we really realistically going to be able to achieve based on your budget? So, we have hourly pricing, we have packages that are good for a year, that give you a little discount off of the hourly price. So, everything is on our website. We really believe in having upfront pricing. We're not hiding anything. We're not charging different rates to different clients, which I know sometimes happens in businesses. We wanted to be really upfront. So you can go to our website, you can see the prices, you can see the packages, and you can determine what is the best budget for you. Again, that'll just help us when we get into the project, to be able to get started and get you on the right track
Makes
and
sense.
focus,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it makes sense. I used to be in advertising and marketing and, working on, like I said, some bigger brands. And it was always helpful to know, like, okay, they want to make a commercial, but how much do we have to spend? Because that's going to dictate your location, where you're going, what you're doing. So it makes a lot of sense. You're going in with some clarity. Quick
Absolutely.
follow-up question about that. And maybe you figure this out during the consultation, but one of your tips that I saw that was so helpful from unpacking was make sure one room is done at a time. So I'm curious, if you went in, would you recommend doing, in this case, I know it's not unpacking, but would you tell someone, oh, maybe there's a way to do some surface work and organize and then come back another time to do at a deeper level? Or do you recommend room by room?
It's really different for every client, which I guess is also why it's so exciting what we do, because no day is ever the same. No client is ever the same. No space is ever the same. And so the way that we tackle projects is typically different for every person. Um, and it really depends on their needs, their wants, and the pain points that they've identified. So sometimes it's just a matter of an area in a room. So maybe you don't have an office per se behind closed doors, but your desk and the whole office area is a section of your living room, right? So the living room is not really the issue, it's the desk area in the living room. So we may just tackle that space. And then there may be another space that you've identified in the house, let's say the bathroom, and you're like, I can't get ready. There's bottles, falling all over the place and it's driving me crazy. So we'll do, the desk in that room, and we'll do the bathroom. And again, that goes back to setting the budget, right? How much do we have time for? So sometimes we have to cherry pick, what we want to work on. However, if the budget is open, right, then we're really able to start with the highest level pain point and just work our way down,
That makes
um, and get the whole room done. But regardless, it's, I think once, a lot of times people will like, oh, I just want you to come in and I just want you to do my kitchen, right? So we'll be like, okay, great, no problem. We'll come in, we'll do the kitchen. But once the kitchen gets done, Rosie,
They
they want the bathroom. Then can you do the bedroom? And oh my gosh, what about my closet? So it's kind of addictive. Once you have one space done, you really crave the rest of that to be finished. And whether it happens consecutively, whether it happens in one session or over months, or sometimes you have to save up some money,
Right.
for the next session. However it works for that particular client is absolutely fine. It's really just a matter of starting with that pain point.
Perfect. That
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense. It's very helpful. And that's great that you customize it based on who you are. I just didn't know if one made sense over another. So really helpful. And hopefully if you clean some things up, you get that raise, you can come back and get more done. So I love it.
There you go.
Um, and I think you were going to share one last tip for us.
Yes. So the last tip is call in a professional.
Yes, makes sense.
Right.
Leverage your resources, get help, because if you're not doing it yet, there's a reason why. Something has to be different.
Exactly. And, I just talked to a client or a potential client the other day on the phone who is moving, and, they were confused about the process. Who do I call? I want to sell some items, before. How do I handle that? What if I need to move some things into storage? How do I get those things transferred into storage? There's all these things to think about that if you don't do this every day, why would you need to know, or how would you know? But we do this every day. We work with this type of situation all the time. So really calling in a professional to help you is going to be it's just I answered all of her questions. She was like, "Oh, that's how it seems so easy because it's something that we deal with on a regular basis." So I really would recommend, not trying to call in your brother and your nephew and your cousin to help you move, because it really, at the end of the day, it's going to cost you more money and time and frustration as opposed to just calling in the professionals to handle it for you.
That's a great point, and you're so right. When I speak with my potential clients, usually attract high achievers, so they know how to set goals and get things done. But what I always share with them is, if you want to accelerate the process, have a lot more fun, and free yourself up, it's helps to work with a coach or a partner. And I think what you said is really key. Beyond that is, yes, it's accelerated, it's faster, it's more fun, but it actually does save you money probably to work with a professional organizer, because of the wasted time, either where they should be working at their jobs or taking care of their families, and they're trying to do what you could do much more quickly. And who knows that, what other expertise you're providing that they couldn't even begin to know. So I love that. Those are great steps. Identify your pain points, set a budget, and I say book an appointment with Mission to organize, right? Love
There
it.
you go.
So this has been really helpful. I am curious, do you want to make a special offer for our InnerBrilliance family here?
I
With
would love to. So, I would love to offer a 10% discount off the first organizing session for any new client that comes to us and wants to just try it out, check it out. We have a 3-hour minimum with two professional organizers. So, you can do just that initial session just to see what it's like. Maybe you've never worked with an organizer before and you just want to see what it's all about and see if it's a good fit for you. We'll give you 10% off of that. And what did we say your code was? Did I tell you?
InnerBrilliance, I think, if that's
Inner
okay.
Brilliance. I love it. I love it.
That's perfect. So when they sign up, is it if they sign up, and we're going to tell everyone how they could get a hold of you, but they could just say code InnerBrilliance, and then and you'll know.
Yeah,
That
so the booking form is right on the website, whether you're doing home organizing, office, or moving services. The form is right on the website, and right at the bottom, you'll be able to enter that code.
perfect. Thank you so much for the generous offer. And I think, to your point, what a great way to try it out.
Mhm.
You'll learn something from it. You'll get some information, and then at a minimum, you're getting started. And I always think of take that baby step because you never know where that's going to take you next. I love it. And then finally, what are the best ways that they can get a hold of you? And we'll put it in the description too, but if you just want to share.
Sure. So our website is mission2organize.com. Our email is very easy, mission2organize@gmail.com. I'm on LinkedIn under Schae Lewis. We also have a professional business page there on LinkedIn, and you can always call us. The number is 773-830-4070.
Awesome. Thank you again, Schae, for taking the time today. It's always wonderful to see you and be with you. I appreciate you so much. And I am excited for people to get in touch with you.
Thank you so much, Rosie. It's been a pleasure, and I look forward to continually collaborating with you. You have so much to give and offer.
Thanks so much, my friend. I appreciate it. All right. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye.